Alrighty guys, welcome back. If you guys are here from part one, this is what the result looks like. If you're watching part two first, I suggest you go back and you watch part one so you can see how I achieved this look. I am a big fan of big hair, big voluptuous, ginormous hair. I always have been, and this is no exception. So what I did was, what I wanted to do and what I want to start doing on this channel is really bringing my talents and everything that I do well here to YouTube. And a lot of people have told me from my other YouTube channel that will soon be deleted, but right now is still currently up if you guys want to go take a look at those older videos. Um, the link for that will be in the description down below. But I wanted to, first and foremost, let all of you guys know that I was very afraid to start bringing my craft here to YouTube and actually doing this. I thought that, first and foremost, that it would be, I couldn't clip the necklace on, so it's not even clipped on correctly. It's just kind of like hanging. But anyways, um, I wanted to bring my craft to YouTube for sure. Like everybody, wants, to be comfortable and bring, what they do well to YouTube. And I have been doing hair for quite some time, but the only reason I have not brought hair to the channel is because I felt like the channel was around before my hair career. And even though you guys have seen and heard about my hair career, you guys have never seen me do hair other than, the fabulous hair that is on, on my channel and the unboxings that I do and, stuff like that, which is really not me doing the hair because usually the hair comes already styled, so that I don't count. You know what, just fuck it. That doesn't really count to me, but I wanted to bring these, kind of videos to the channel because I feel like I can say that I can style hair all day long. I can say what my interests are. I can say that I know how to do something very well. I can say all of those things, but unless you actually see it done, you have no reason to believe me. So, bringing things to YouTube is a very scary place. Bringing things on any platform, on any social media platform, is a very scary thing because it's being judged by millions and millions of people. And even though, like, I'm okay with that, I don't, um, because I care so much about my craft and I do something that is so totally different from everybody else in the industry, unless you are maybe 55 and older, unless you were a hairstylist back in those days, you're not going to see the styles that I do, you know, proudly on YouTube. I went on YouTube and I looked up like a bunch of rod sets, like perm rod sets, and I saw a whole bunch of black people. Now, not to say that black people shouldn't be using perm rods, it's just the fact that perm rods traditionally are for and to curl white people's hair because they don't have, kinky curly hair like Africans Americans do. So I find it funny that more black people use perm rods that are made to curl than white people, because I've seen the flop where a lot of African American people would like the straight slick hair and, you know, uh, white people want really curly hair. And white people have always wanted super curly hair if they didn't already have it naturally. And black people, a lot of people do not embrace their ethnicity and their kinks and curls. And so I was a little taken back when I saw all those videos on, just African American people that are using perm rods, but they're using them for the kinky curly sets and not really what they're for. They're not being used for their intended purpose. Now, people can buy perm rods and use them for whatever they please, but me as a licensed cosmetologist, you're not using them for what they're supposed to be used for. So to me, it's kind of like, what are you doing? So I want to be one of the first people on YouTube to actually show you how to properly do a perm rod set, and I'm going to go through my list of services for you guys here on YouTube, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what it is that I do, exactly what it is that the Home of Christian Styles offers. I'm going to make sure that my website link is in the description of those videos, and I want you guys to be able to click those links and go and book my services, especially if you're here in South Florida. If you're here in South Florida, please let me know, hook me up, or I'll hook you up, and you can read about, me, and read about my company, and read about all the things that I've done, and all my accolades and what have you. And I will try my hardest to really accommodate you in the best way I can. If you have any tips, don't be afraid to leave them. Tips, constructive tips, not I hate this, I don't like this, I don't care about that. If you are giving me real feedback, please, all of that is accepted. If you're giving me hate, don't be surprised if I clap back at you. But I really, really, really want to embrace and bring back the old years. And my whole look, including my eye makeup, is very 70s and 80s, very retro, from way back in the day. And I think that these looks are still gorgeous, and they're still fabulous, and they still make a statement even today. I just wish that more people were doing them. And because people aren't doing them nowadays, I want to be the first person to kind of bring them back, so to speak, and make it so that it's a very common thing. Make it so that it's the norm that you see once again. And I mean, there's no what's the word? There's no other way to really explain the history of hair. I would much rather show it to you. And this is where hairstyling begun. This is where most hairstylists, started. And when you go to cosmetology school, you don't expect them to teach you this kind of stuff, but this is exactly what they teach you. Correction. This is what you would think that you're going to be taught, the history and, where it all began. They kind of skip over this. They give you the foundation to create these kinds of styles, but they don't, they modernize them. And I don't think that, I find it quite disrespectful to modernize this era and this kind of style, because, you can't. And I would rather not see people modernizing this look, because that's not its intent, that's not its heritage, that's not where it comes from. And I really want people to appreciate, the roots. Everything has roots, everything has an origin. The origin, that's it. Everything has an origin, everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I feel like there's a select few people that were either born in the wrong era, or people who are wise beyond their years and kind of stuck in the past, for some of our older people and our older parents. And my mom still rocks an old school hairstyle that she's had since the 70s. Some people just like that. Some people are okay with that. Some people are okay with not changing and not, modernizing and not conforming, so to speak, and bringing themselves into the more modern age. Some people just like what they like, and they are okay with everything being, what they're used to. And I am one of those people. I have never really cared for the modern looks, because they don't teach you anything. They don't teach you like any skill, any technique. They don't teach you anything at all, actually. Anybody, any idiot can take hair and take a flat iron and go like this from root to tip. Like, anybody can do that. That's not stylish to me. You know, straight hair is just straight hair, and you know, some people say straight hair was never going to go out of style. You're probably absolutely right, but at the same time, I think we need to bring it in to or you know, get to a point where we can actually teach something that has more than one step to it or has more than two steps to it. And I feel like some of these old school looks are still, like, when I see people walking the streets with old school looks, I jump out of my skin. Like, especially if I see like a younger person doing it, like the snooky look and the big bump on the top of the head, I like lose my mind, because I'm like, oh my god, people still do that? Like, it's not just me. And I feel like a lot of people, even when I was going through cosmetology school, I felt like this is really where the home of Christian styles, you know, shines, if that makes sense. This is what I do best. I used to walk in all the time, and people used to always tease me. They're like, we knew it was you. And they're like, how? And I'm like, because we can see your hair from Mars, you know? And I like that. And I like that. I would like to be seen from space. And I like, I like the presence. It really does give a person a presence, especially somebody with a strong personality like me, who sometimes isn't always the nicest individual. And it really, it gives you a stance. It gives you like a feeling. It makes me feel powerful. It makes me feel important to know that back in the day, the biggest, most fabulous, amazing, most successful people knew that the bigger the hair, you know, the harder they stare, you know. And it really commands attention. It really commands the room. And when I walk into a room and I look like this, with an outfit obviously that looks a little better than what I got on, it really does command the room. It really does make a statement. When I'm sitting there and I'm 6'2" because I got these big ass heels on, or what, you know, whatever, I want, you know, people to, oh my god, oh, look over there. You know, big hair is not just reserved for drag queens. This is what it was before, you know, drag queens were even a thing. You know, people, this is what it was. This is what people walked the streets with. And it's funny that drag queens emulate real women, and they kept the big hair because modern hair just doesn't quite fit the bill. It's not big enough. It's not dramatic enough. And for someone who used to do stage and music and all these different kinds of things, I think that this is the look. And you know, everybody has a look. Everybody has what works for them, and what really makes them, you know, who they are, and what makes them everything that they aspire to be, and, you know, their staple. Everybody has their staple. Everybody has their statement. And my big hair has always been my statement. Like, every single person. Like, my big hair is like my accessory. You know, they say your smile is your best accessory. No, my hair is my best accessory, because before you see me and before you see my face, you see my hair. And it's true. And I always try to put my best foot forward, and I need something that pops out, and I need something that nobody else is doing, because I would hate to be the one that blends in. I don't want to blend in. I don't want to be the one that's like, oh, I couldn't tell them all apart because they all look the same. They look like cousins, you know. I don't want that. I want for somebody to know, you know, that person's outside the box. Let's go with him, you know. And I want to teach you guys all that. I want you to teach you guys the pizzazz and how to really edge things up and edgy. And now I'm gonna do modern looks. Don't act like I'm not gonna do modern looks. I will do modern looks. I will do things that are edgy, and I will do bobs, and I will do, you know, slick hairstyles, and I will do straightened hairstyles, and I will do all of that. You know, straight haircuts, wavy, crimped. I'm going to bring every style under the sun to the YouTube channel, but I just want to focus, especially my first couple of videos, on old school looks, because they are my forte and they are what I do best. And if you're doing theater, if you're doing stage, or if you just like the big hair fantasy, then I am definitely the person that you should come and see. I am definitely the person that you should have do your wig. I have wig services. You send your wig to me, or you come hand it to me, bring it to me, whatever. If you're close by, just bring it, drop it off, do whatever, or you can ship it to me and I'll ship it back. And you pick a style out of my catalog and things that I will present to you, and then bam, you have a fabulous wig. And I'll spray it down heavily with hairspray, what I should have did with this, but I did not. So it's falling a little flat, but it's okay, because I'm spray this bitch when I get off camera. But anyways, so I want to really teach you guys these skills. And for me, it really, the bigger hair is very proportionate, because you see how my hair goes from corner to corner, okay? The bigger the hair, the smaller you appear, and the smaller your head and your face look, okay? So tiny little face or tiny little head and big old hair. No, I have a big head and I have a big face, but you wouldn't be able to tell, because my hair proportions everything and makes my face and everything else underneath look a lot smaller, including these broad ass shoulders. Okay, so the bigger the hair, the better. And I feel like some people need to see, like, look, my shoulder just appeared all together and all I did was bring some to the front, you know? So I really just would like to really teach you guys and like, this is the fantasy. Like, this is the fantasy. Oh, as I'm twisting, the stool is twisting. My God. Okay, like, this is it. This is the fantasy. And I love, just like, oh my God, it just makes me feel so important and so powerful. I can't. So if you guys have any suggestions or anything that you guys would like to see me do, anything you guys would like to learn, if there's anything at all that you were always like, oh, I want to learn how to do this, or I want to learn how to do this, if I know how to do it, I will most certainly teach you. So please leave it in the comment section down below, under this video or under part 1. It doesn't matter where you leave the comment, and I absolutely will check back, you know, because I always respond. I respond to all my comments because I absolutely love you guys, my little bourgeoisies. I will respond. I will tell you whether or not I can do it. And if I can't do it, I'll try. I'll try to achieve, you know, whatever it is. You can DM me on Instagram and you can show me like a picture of what it is that you want me to try to recreate, and I will. And better yet, if you want me to do it on your wig, just send it to me, and I will do it. If it's going to be featured in a video, you know, then more than likely I probably won't charge you, or if I do charge you, it won't be full price. But if it, you know, if it's for a video to help me out, I will absolutely, you know, work something out with you. And it really just depends. If I'm super excited, I probably won't charge you at all. But I really do want you to let me know all the things that you guys are interested in seeing, all things beauty. Like, I do pretty much everything. I cover everything on this channel, even some gaming on here. Like, I do a lot of different things, and I want you guys to be as a part of it as you possibly can. So leave a comment and I will get back with you as soon as physically possible, because I get back to all of you guys, and I really do appreciate all the love that you guys have shown me. And I've gotten lots of new subscribers lately, so if you are one of my new subscribers, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and don't think that I have not noticed, because I have 7 new subscribers this week, and I absolutely love you. I love you. I watch, I pay attention, I get the email, and I wish that there was a way that when you get that email, that there was a way to like message you to tell you thank you. Like, YouTube needs to get on that wagon, because I'd like to you know, be able to thank them right then when they subscribe. But anyways, other than that, I'm tickled pink. And I hope you guys really did enjoy the video. Stay perfectly imperfect, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.